Welcome back to the Frugal Traveler, where I'm here to prove that smart planning beats expensive travel every single time. In today's extended news roundup, I'm not just reading you the headlines. I'm breaking down the massive global travel updates happening right now and showing you exactly how I plan to use them to keep costs down. These changes are going to hit your wallet one way or another. My goal is to make sure that impact is positive. Let's dive in. Story 1. Europe delays its new entry and exit system. Again, if you have Europe on your bucket list, I've got some news that is working in our favor, at least for now. The EU has once again delayed the rollout of the EES, the entry and exit system. If you haven't heard about this, it's the system that's going to replace physical passport stamps with biometric tracking, fingerprints, and facial scans for everyone entering from the US or UK. Once this actually goes live, I'm expecting significantly longer airport lines. But here is the frugal angle. Because of this delay, your next trip to Europe is going to be faster and less stressful at immigration. That lowers the risk of missed connections, which can be a nightmare for your budget. My frugal hack: I'm telling you to book those tight European connections now. Once the EES goes live, minimum connection times are going to go up, and airlines are going to quietly raise fares to account for that. If Europe is on your radar for 2025 or early 2026, this is your window of opportunity. Story 2. Airlines expand transatlantic routes. This is probably the most exciting money-saving trend I've seen in years. Airlines are finally expanding non-stop transatlantic routes from secondary cities here in the US and in Europe. We aren't just talking about JFK or Heathrow anymore. We're talking about mid-sized airports that used to require a layover. More competition usually means one thing for us: lower fares. My frugal hack: stop just searching from your main airport. I always check fares from secondary airports within a 2 to 3 hour drive of my house. Sometimes the savings on the transatlantic ticket are so huge that they easily justify a short road trip or a cheap domestic hop. Also, set your price alerts now. Airlines love to discount new routes to fill seats before they get popular. Story 3. Japan warns of overtourism. Here's my workaround. Let's talk about Japan. It is seeing record-breaking tourism, and officials in Tokyo and Kyoto are begging people to avoid peak seasons. Now, that sounds like bad news, but I see it as an opportunity. Overcrowding drives up hotel prices and attraction fees, and I refuse to pay a premium just to stand in a line. My frugal hack: instead of fighting the crowds in Kyoto, I'm looking at Kanazawa. Instead of Tokyo, I'm looking at Nagoya or Fukuoka. You get an incredible cultural experience, but my research shows the daily costs are about 30% to 50% lower. Also, try visiting in late winter. Skip the cherry blossom season markup. The airfare drops, the hotels drop, and honestly, the experience is way more authentic. Story 4. U.S. passport processing times improve. I have some great news for my fellow American travelers. The State Department has their act together. Routine service is averaging 6 to 8 weeks, and Expedited is down to 2 or 3 weeks. My frugal hack: please stop wasting money on expedited fees. Renew your passport as soon as you hit that 9 to 12 month mark left on your expiration. Remember, a lot of countries require 6 months of validity to let you in. If you plan early, you keep that expedited fee in your pocket and put it toward your airfare instead. Story 5. Budget airlines crack down on carry-ons. I need to give you a warning. Budget airlines worldwide are getting aggressive at the gate. They are measuring carry-ons and personal items strictly. What used to slide by is now resulting in a $50 or $60 gate fee. A cheap $40 flight turns into a $120 mistake instantly if you aren't careful. My frugal hack: ditch the hard shell roller. I strictly use soft-sided backpacks with compression straps. If they ask you to shove it in the sizer, a soft bag will squash down. A hard shell won't. And here's a pro tip: wear your heaviest items. If I'm flying budget, I'm wearing my boots and my jacket onto the plane to keep that bag volume down. Story 6. Hotel prices drop in secondary cities. While everyone is fighting for rooms in tourist hotspots, Hotel prices in secondary cities are quietly falling. My frugal hack. I call this the second city strategy. Base yourself in a city with great rail access that's just one stop away. Don't stay in Florence, stay in Bologna. Don't stay in Paris, look at Lyon. Don't stay in NYC, look at Pittsburgh or Philly. You pay way less for lodging, the food is cheaper, and you can still take the train in to see the big sights. Story 7. Travel insurance is becoming essential. I know, nobody likes paying for insurance. It feels like throwing money away until you need it. But with weather disruptions and airline chaos, skipping it is a gamble I'm not willing to take anymore. My frugal hack. You don't need the platinum premium plan. I look for lean coverage. Trip delay, medical emergency, and evacuation. That's it. Avoid the policies that bundle in a bunch of fluff you don't need. Keep it lean, but get yourself covered. Story 8. Short cruises are back. Finally, let's talk cruising. We are seeing a boom in 2 to 5 night sailings, especially in the Caribbean and Baja. My frugal hack. The math on these is incredible if you do it right. Book a cruise from a port you can drive to. If you can cut out the airfare, a short cruise is cheaper than a weekend hotel stay plus dining out. Look for those off-peak weeks and you can find some insane deals. Travel is definitely changing, but if you stay flexible, you can still win. The key isn't spending more money, it's about having the right information. I'm the Frugal Traveler, reminding you that smart planning always beats expensive travel. Thanks for watching, safe travels, and I'll see you in the next news roundup.